Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 24th of September 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the amazing Crow Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about the day, and I just want to show you some of these so you get an idea of what they look like. Someone gifted me this deck years ago and I absolutely love it. So thank you. All right, so let's have a look at what's going on here Saturday and what energy you'll be working with. Let's see, Saturday. Right, the first card is Temperance. 14th card in the Major Arcana. The Crow is really wise by this stage. Realizes that it needs to be internally balanced if it's going to create calm and balance in its external life. Then we have the Seven of Wands, which to me kind of looks a bit like lemmings throwing themselves off a cliff, but it isn't. It's 7 wands, the crows are sitting on top of them, and then one is the master. Okay, so they've changed the meaning of the 7 of wands in this deck. Usually it's about stamina and pushing forward regardless of the obstacles in your way. It's a card that says keep going. It encourages you to keep moving. And then finally we have the 3 of Pentacles, and that's someone who is an expert in their field, someone who does exceptional work and who's really at the top of their game. So overall we're saying, or we're seeing the card, okay. The cards are saying to me, basically, that Temperance encourages you to find contentment and balance within yourself before you undertake anything today. Because on this day, there will be challenges where you have to gather your inner resources to keep going and to do the work and to push through for a sense of accomplishment. But those obstacles are meant to be overcome, and it's important that you do your utmost to work through those things on this day, because the reward is so great. Anything that you overcome today is something that's part of your journey. The learning you get from it is very important, and it actually leads to you doing the kind of work or being expert in a particular area. It could be that you learn something at work through having to undo an email message and you have to research something before you retype it. You hadn't known that before, and it's that piece of information, that the missing piece of the puzzle. Now you know that, you're much more effective in your job, for instance. Or it could be in a relationship, there's some problems, someone isn't speaking to you. At the beginning of the day, you meditate for 10 minutes, get yourself together emotionally so that you're not full of resentment and bitter disappointment. You pick up the phone, you speak to that person, even though you're grinding your teeth and saying, oh, I just want to scream. You work through it, you come to some sort of mutual agreement. You let go of the resentment and the anger, and you learn something about your relationships in general. That you don't have to scream and yell to get your point across, that you don't have to be right to get on with someone and be civil to them or work together, whatever it may be. But it allows you to drop a rock of expectation on yourself. It's like, I know how to handle this situation on this day, and it really makes you feel very good about yourself. There's a wonderful sense of accomplishment here on this day. So Temperance, usually we have an angel dipping its toe in the water, and then a path appears on the side of the pool, the pond, and it leads to a place of enlightenment. Here we've got a crow dipping its toes in the water. So that dipping of the toe is the angel connecting with the earth in the most abstract way. So what that means is your guides, the angels, your higher self, it's nearer to you than it usually is. So you know, like when we have a supermoon in astrology, the moon is closer to the earth and it looks much bigger. That's what this is. The higher self is nearer to you as such. It's easier to talk to because of its proximity than it usually is. So you feel the love, you feel the guidance. You can, if you're willing to, you're able to receive that, interpret it through your feelings or your body or something like that. And it gives you the sense of being guided and safe and serene and loved. And that's when a path opens up. That's when you become certain that, hey, what I'm doing reflects all those feelings and I'm bringing more of them into my life. And it's really a wonderful state of being when you know that you're doing the exact right thing at the same time. You believe in yourself and what you're doing, and it seems to have the stamp of approval from your higher self. So see what that is. Talk to yourself or your instinct or your higher self or God or whatever you call that external mysterious force. It does know everything. And today it's closer, so you can talk to it more easily. That confidence it gives you, that process gives you, is very helpful when it comes to this card, because like I said, it's issues that require some grit and for you to kind of keep pushing through in order to get where you want to be. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 6 wands here, and each one of the crows is just perched on it and is kind of looking up to this one crow who's got the King of Wands, or the Master of the Wands. It's fiery and red, whereas these are normal and brown. And it's standing up there, and it's almost like a competition, because it's got this wand that seems to be superior to these ones. And this is the feather, maybe a symbol of his or her rule. So the notion here is that everything's a competition, and if you win a competition, then you'll be in charge. And if not, you're going to be subordinate or subjugated or something like that. To me, it seems the card is about stamina and pushing through. And I think because they've changed this to talk about competition, I think the biggest problem here that you face on this day is the lack of cooperation from other people, the unwillingness to help via other people, because they're involved in the process of competition and looking out for themselves. And if you expect a ton of help from other people, or understanding or compassion or time, I don't feel it's given to you. So that's what I get, that the obstacle in itself, where you need some resilience and stamina to keep pushing through, is why is everyone being so awkward today? Why is everyone just like being super unhelpful and like closed and digging their heels in? So if that's the case, focus on what you can do by yourself. Don't try and understand or resolve why someone is unwilling. Just find someone who is. If you need help, or if you need, 200 pages copied or something, and focus on the positives that will actually lead to you getting your stuff done. Fire is life purpose. And really ignore the rest and don't analyze it. By focusing on the plan and what you want to achieve, you have this breakthrough as such, or you're able to keep doing that if you don't let yourself be distracted. And that's where the learning occurs. So whether it is you learn that sometimes you just have to focus on what you're doing and to shut everything else out. So you learn how to compartmentalize different areas of your life, or you learn actual content. If the problem, like I said, is the email stuff and you do more research and you have more information, ultimately you end up in a position of expertise. And like this crow plucking these cherries, that expertise pays off for you in the sense of personal pride and achievement, or a qualification that then allows you to take a job which pays you more. It's an upgrade in terms of your skills and what you're able to do. Number-wise, we've got 7 and 3 is 10, and 14 is 24, 2 and 4 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity. And here on this day, it's a temporary opportunity to hone your skills and to take up this position of real confidence, mastery, and self-belief. Wow. Okay. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, numerology, and astrology. And the way I combine the numbers with the cards here, I combine all three in my personal readings. The astrology chart I draw up by taking your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where you send me 10 or more life events and I actually work out your time of birth manually. Once I have that info, I can draw up a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born, so your natal chart, and that tells me a lot about you. So your life purpose, relationships, finances, strengths, weaknesses, personal development, institutions, travel, education, anything at all really. So if you do have any questions, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.